Okay, super excited about tonight because it's getting closer to summer. Well, I mean, technically we are in summer by the time we're recording this. It's been really hot, but fishing is always on my mind when we start to head towards those warmer months. And the hunting does take a bit of a back seat because it's just too damn hot. And tonight I've got a legend. I tell you what, this week it has been really cool because two people that I watch a lot of their stuff have teamed up. And Roger Osborne, thanks for joining us. But you and Starlo, mate, the fish had no hope. Let's be real.
Nice to meet you, Matt. I had a great time actually. Really enjoyed Starlo's company. Lovely fella. I had not met him before, but he lives at Churros Heads area,
Yep.
and so I went down to his neck of the woods. Have never been to that particular beach before, but it was awesome, mate. Fantastic. In fact, we both really had a great time. Just like a couple of kids.
Look, I am always in awe of what you're doing, especially around how you catch worms. It's something I try all the time, and I'm nowhere near as good as yourself. But just watching you do it with ease, like it's miraculous for me. I love watching it. Going, what a way you do it.
Yeah, thanks, mate. It's something. My dad was a beach wormer. We used to live at Collaroy Beach in Sydney. And when I was about 10, my dad was a fisherman as well, obviously. And so he would go beach worming, and he was a pliers man. So he used the old pliers. And so I'd go down to the beach when I was about 10 with my dad, and he was teaching me to catch worms with the pliers. But for whatever reason, even back then, I thought to myself, I want to catch them in my fingers. I didn't have anyone to teach me, but I would go with my father. I'd wait till we had enough worms to go fishing. Then I'd put the pliers away and I'd just practice, and I'd just try things and test things, and I'd practice and I'd miss worms. And then I eventually got to the point where I would catch one or two worms, which was like, yeah, that was like a huge victory. And just to actually be able to catch one in my fingers. And then I thought to myself, I actually want to make it so that I just catch them in my fingers. So even when I was like only 12 or 13, I thought I'm going to leave the pliers at home and I'm just going to persevere and I'm going to make myself catch them in my fingers. So, and that's what I did. And so now I'm a fair bit older than that and have been catching them for a long time, but I love it. Absolutely love it. It's just amazing being down on the beach. They're really good bait, obviously, but I've learnt a lot, and it's amazing. There are so many subtleties around beach worming. Just amazing. When I was actually, because I wrote a book on beach worming, there wasn't one in existence in Australia. I did a bit of research, and I thought, well, I've never written a book before, but I wanted to write it to help people. So I thought I actually had to analyze everything that I do when I'm worming. And when I sat down and really thought through the whole process, there's so much little things that you just do by instinct.
If you watch your videos, it does look so easy. And especially if you probably haven't done it before, you'd be going, oh, that's easy. I can get out and do that. And it's quite the opposite. It takes I guess I'd be saying a lifetime to master. I started out with pliers as well. I've tried both pliers with my fingers, not as successful as yourself. And I will say, I was watching it with the wife and she's sitting there just going, that looks just so relaxing. Just standing there, for people that probably don't know, we might want to talk them through it a little bit, but you generally have some pilchards or fish in a stocking and you are waving that along to get the scent coming down as the wave goes back into the ocean to see if you can see these worms. The spot you were in was beautiful when you were doing it with Starlo. And my wife's sitting there going, geez, I could just, you can do the fishing. I think I'll try that. And I was having a bit of a giggle because she's never tried it before. And I was like, you have no idea how hard that actually is.
She should try because women are good at it. They do pick it up.
I find women are good at most things, and fishing especially. My mum has always out fished my dad. My wife and I, my parents live up in Queensland, just opposite Fraser Island, and I remember we went out fishing one morning and I was literally out there for, I'd say 6 hours. Did not even get a bite. I was with his neighbors on his neighbor's boat. Dad was out there with my brother and not much going on. Went back in to pick my wife up around lunchtime. So not a great time to be out fishing. She came out, 30, 40 fish. And we were sitting on this boat on the, like, literally 20 meters away, fishing with the exact same bait, nothing. No, I never even got a bite. And she was just reeling them in one after the other. It was insane. My old man, he was on the same boat. He wasn't catching anything either. We're sitting here, what's going on? Like, we're up Mary River, I think it was called, but it was insane. I just went, and I do remember growing up, and we are a bit linked in how I sort of grew up down the South Coast and practicing or getting involved in fishing and whatnot. And my mum was the one that used to, when they went out off, they launched at Ulladulla and went outside. Mum always caught a lot more than Dad. It was just sort of it just happened that way. So yeah, women are really good fishers, I find.